Hello students, in this video lecture we are going to study about the mammary gland of a female. The mammary gland of a female are the paired structure which are present in the thorax. Hence, these mammary glands are an example of female external genitalia or vulva. What is external genitalia? External genitalia are the structures that are visible from the outside of an organism. The female external genitalia comprises of two mammary gland or a paired mammary gland. First thing first, we should know the four most important points about the mammary gland of a female. The first point regarding the mammary gland is that a functional mammary gland is a characteristic of all female mammals. Second thing about the mammary gland that you should remember is the mammary gland is nothing just a modification of sweat gland. Hence, mammary glands are modified sweat glands. The third important point regarding the mammary gland is the mammary gland is an example of apocrine gland. What is the meaning of apocrine gland? Apocrine gland is a gland in which along with the secretion, the apical part or the apex part of the gland is also removed. And what is the secretion of the mammary gland? The milk, through which the mother nourishes the young ones. So, mammary gland is an example of apocrine gland in which along with the milk, the apical part of the gland is also removed. The last most important point regarding the mammary gland is that the mammary gland is an example of compound tubulo-alveolar gland. So these 4 points are very important regarding the mammary gland. And now, if we have to look inside the mammary gland, first of all, we have to remove the skinny layer of the mammary gland. So here we are removing the skinny layer. And now, first thing we are seeing here, below the mammary gland is the pectoralis major muscle. Below the mammary gland is the pectoralis major muscle. You are seeing a very important muscle, pectoralis major muscle over here. And the pectoralis major muscle is one of the strongest muscle present in our body, because upon which the female has its mammary gland. So in order to provide the support to the mammary gland, the pectoralis major muscle is present on the thorax cavity of a female and as well as in males. But in case of females, the pectoralis major muscle support the breast. So these are the pectoralis major muscle. This is the left pectoralis major muscle and this one is the right pectoralis major muscle on which mammary glands are present. So now let me just remove the muscular layers, all the muscular layers and even the skeletal system, because this is not the concern right now. So let us now focus only on the mammary glands. So here, so let me just remove the skinny layer of the mammary gland. I have removed all the skinny layers present over here. This is the fatty layer. Let me just remove this as well. And yeah, so these are the mammary gland that you are seeing over here. These are the paired structures that are present in the mammalian female, and through which it nourishes the young ones. So let me just remove this as well. Yeah, so this is the each mammary gland is a paired structure and which contain a glandular tissue and variable amount of fat. So these you are seeing right now over here is the fatty layer or the adipose tissue layer of a mammary gland, which depends or which vary in each and every female. The amount of fat varies in each and every female, which decides the size of a breast. Okay, so this is the adipose tissue layer or the fatty layer of the mammary gland or the breast. So let us just remove this as well. So now you are seeing the glandular tissue of the mammary gland in which the milk is producing, So first thing, the mammary gland of a female is divided into 15 to 20 mammary lobes. And in each mammary lobes there are cluster of cells, cluster of tissue are known as mammary alveolus or simple alveoli, which secrete milk. Over here, let me just show you. So these yellow color markings you are seeing over here is the mammary alveolus or alveoli, which secretes the milk, which produces the milk in the breast. Arising from each each alveoli, arising from each alveoli is the ductus system which transport the milk from the alveoli to the outside of the mammary gland, and this ductus system is known as lactiferous duct. Lactiferous duct is equals to the number of the mammary lobe. Suppose a mammary gland have 15 mammary lobe. There is a 15 compartment present in the mammary gland of a female, and these compartments are known as mammary lobe. There are 15 such compartment in each mammary gland. Hence, there will be 15 such mammary duct or lactiferous duct will be present in each breast. So 15 compartment, and from each compartment arising a mammary duct which transports the milk to the outside of the mammary gland. But before transporting into the outside the mammary gland, the milk is somewhat stored for a variable period, and this milk is stored into the lactiferous sinuses. This milk is stored into the lactiferous sinuses, or also known as ampulla. Ampulla is a structure in which the milk is stored temporarily. So if we wish to go again from where the milk is starting, where the milk is producing, these are the structure in which milks are producing, which is known as alveoli or the lobules of mammary gland, mammary lobules. And from mammary lobules, the milk is transported into the lactiferous duct that you are seeing over here with the yellow. And one thing I also want to mention over here, that in some books you will see that from alveoli arising a mammary duct, and mammary duct join to form the ampulla region where the milk is temporarily stored, and from the ampulla arising the lactiferous duct. So here is the alveoli, arising from the alveoli is the mammary duct, and from each mammary duct forms a ampulla, and from each ampulla arising the lactiferous duct, and this lactiferous ducts opens into the nipple of the mammary gland, and through which the baby suckles the milk out.